Hello, my name's Carol Davenport and I work at Northumbria University and I run an outreach group called NUSTEM. And today I'm going to be talking about careers in the physics classroom, a very short summary for Chat Physics. Why careers in the physics classroom? Well, one reason is that it's schools' statutory duty to provide careers advice and guidance for their young people. And as part of the Gatsby Career Benchmarks, Benchmark 4 is about linking curriculum learning to careers. So it's possible that your careers leader has already talked to you about putting careers into your teaching. In fact, it's worth stopping the video at this minute and thinking about, what does your school do for careers? What does the journey through careers from year 7 to year 11 look like for your young people? Teachers are very important to young people, and some research has shown that one reason that children study maths and physics after the age of 16 is that they've often been encouraged to do so by a key adult, usually in their family or at their school. And that key adult is often a teacher, as can be shown from this Wellcome Trust information. Young people were asked, what sources have you used for careers advice, information and guidance, and which of those sources was most useful? And you can see that family is very important, but so are teachers. And that although only 17% of the advice from teachers was thought of as useful, that's 1 in 5 children in your classroom who are listening or what you're saying about careers or what you're not saying about careers. So as a teacher, it's very helpful for your students to include careers into your classroom learning. Another reason why you should put careers in your classroom is that it links the subject content to practical applications directly. Now that's something that we can do very easily in sciences. It provides opportunities for students to hear about different pathways over a longer period of time. If every subject includes 1 career per topic, then over the space of 5 years, children are going to have a much broader understanding of different opportunities that are available for them. And if we're thinking about the nitty-gritty of exams, then the application of subject knowledge has become much more important in GCSEs and A-levels, and students will often meet new contexts that they've not come across before. So by using careers in your curriculum, you're allowing students to realise that the topic, the content that they're learning will appear in different contexts. If you're thinking about planning for careers, then it's important that it's a departmental approach, not just one person working on their own. There needs to be time to put aside to do this. You need to use your department links. As science teachers, you'll all know people in different careers, in different roles, and it's worth bringing in that external real-world applications using your contacts. Put career prompts in schemes of work, maybe 1 per topic. Identify those real-life applications of the topics. And then think about your displays. Are there ways that you could put careers into your display material? I'm going to talk now briefly about an idea to use and where you might find different resources. So one thing you could do is, as a picture starter, you can show students a picture either at the beginning or the end of a lesson and ask them to identify how it links to the content of their physics lesson. And this is really useful because you're strengthening those thought pathways for your student. And then after they've done that little bit of thinking, you can highlight a career that links to the picture and the lesson topic. What would that look like? Well, here's a picture of the Millennium Bridge in Newcastle Gateshead with the Sage Gateshead in the background, and you can just about see the Tyne Bridge there as well. What areas of physics link to this picture? I've come up with 5 just very straightforward ones: forces, moments, material properties, friction, waves. I've used this picture with every subject, with whole school, and we've not found a subject where we couldn't put a link to the topic that the teacher had just taught. We can put in the careers there as well. A whole range of different careers, not just the obvious sciencey ones. There are science businesses need people that have an understanding of the science but don't necessarily use it on a day-to-day basis. And what might that look like? How might you introduce these careers? Well, one thing to think about is the characteristics, the skills that someone needs, not just the subject that they need to use. So they might be observant, hardworking, logical. And ask your students, could you do this career? Ask them that's a very open-ended question. If you say, would you like to do this career? Often they'll just say no, because they've already got an idea in their head of what they might want to do. So this is what it might look like if we were introducing geologists during the topic of waves. Kate Winter is a polar geologist. She uses radar to image rocks under ice sheets in Antarctica. So we might just put this up at the end of the lesson, talk very briefly about how the subject we've just learnt links to this career. But you might say to me, but Carol, I don't know that many different careers. And there are useful websites that you can use. One of those is one that we've developed at NU STEM, which is a careers tool. There's the National Careers Service, which has a whole range of different job profiles, which includes what you need to do to get that job, qualifications, salary. There's NHS Careers, which is invaluable if you have students that want to be a doctor, but you know that they're not going to make it because of the competitive nature of that course. And then the NU STEM have also created some career postcards. I just want to say a little bit more about the primary careers tool. It did start out for primary, but because the national curriculum goes from Key Stage 1 all the way through to Key Stage 4, it actually works well for secondary. And what you'll find there is that there's national curriculum topics down the side, and then every time you click on that, you get a selection of different jobs that use that topic. There's also an image link that you could use. Thinking about images, it's important to think about the examples and the language and the images that you use. For example, if we were wanting to put up a picture of an astrophysicist and a nurse, what might you expect them to look like? It might not be like this. It's very easy, particularly if we're trying to put careers in on the fly, as it were, to allow our unconscious biases to present stereotyped ideas. And it's very important that we don't enforce any stereotypes when we're talking about different careers to children and to young people. Another resource that NU STEM has created that you might find useful is a set of worksheets, which are revision worksheets, but they're all based and set around a company either in the northeast of England or elsewhere in England. And if you're writing questions or if you're looking for questions, try to find questions that put the topic into context so that students get that practice for when they meet a new context in their exam. That was a very much whistle-stop tour. So the thing to think about is, what will you do to add careers ideas into your subject teaching? I've got lots more information at NU STEM. We do a whole CPD on this, which is an hour session. You can contact us by email. You can contact me via Twitter. Thank you very much for listening.